Ooh, ooh. Hi, y'all. I needed that stretch. Can y'all see me? I feel like I look really, really bright. Um, yeah, I go messing. I need to start doing all of this before I log in. Okay, go like that. Or do I want it like this? Give me 1 second. You'll be right. Like that. No, I think I do it like this. You can see my face. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Cruise with Key. I know you like, what? What is she doing on here on a Thursday? Well, as you can see in the description, I had to move Wednesdays to Thursdays. And it can be a thirsty Thursday, if you will. But I had to move it. I'm on Thursday afternoons now. Still cruise with Key. Still on the journey. None of that has changed. The only thing that's changed is the day. Thank you for rolling with a sister all these weeks, these last few months. I appreciate it. Um, Thank you to everyone that have reached out and be like, "Yes, everything all right? I haven't seen you." And I'd be like, "Yeah, I just only miss 1 week. Y'all don't like me to miss a week, and I appreciate that." I literally just said that thinking I got the notification late. Hi, sissy. No, you did not get the notification late, baby girl. I just changed my days. So I'm so glad that y'all love me enough to be that concerned about where is this? Where's what's going on? You all right? So I thank y'all for that. Thank you for the subscribers. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all that you're joining live. How y'all doing? As you can see, I'm still healing, still black around here. Not so much this side, but definitely around here. And this is still like, boop, like it's still like a witch come. But I did go to an ear, nose, and throat doctor last week. Y'all, actually, last Wednesday, I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor. And unfortunately, he told me after giving him $40 for a copay, he told me that I'm only 8 weeks in of healing, and this will take a while. That everything that I was doing in the beginning, icing it, taking Motrin or ibuprofen for the information and all of that, like just go back to doing that. He actually suggested that I elevate my head from my chest when I'm asleep. That helps too. That's a little hard because I like to like sleep on the side. I sleep flat. It's very weird. Like it's very weird. I sleep flat, so that has really been a struggle for me. But I've been doing it. Have not been icing as much as I'm supposed to. Bad girl. But he did say that the more that I do that in the coming like months, I said months. I gotta look like this on my birthday. See this, y'all can see this. This don't bother me. This right here, that's like a permanent mark now. This don't bother me. And I think y'all can see this little permanent mark. No, you can't. I can see it though. But at any rate, we're gonna back up out of that. But since you again, I told y'all going on this healing journey with me too, physical, all of them. So I had to give an update of what's going on my nose. Nothing is fractured. Nothing is actually. He did say that he think that I possibly chipped something, like chip this piece, chip underneath that. But like other than that, like inside my nose look good, ears look good, everything, mouth look good, like everything is fine. It's just unfortunately I'm still healing. And I'm about to be 43 in a couple of months, in a few months. So that also plays a factor. Age plays a factor as well. And he did say, of course, the scar won't go away permanently, but it'll definitely like go down eventually. And that's my main concern because I can't walk around Listen, I just don't want to walk around with this on my face looking like it's a keloid or something. Like I just really don't. But hey, if God wants it to sit and dwell so that I can always be remembered and reminded, uh, then so shall it be. But hey, y'all, that's enough about that. I'm about to get into what we're gonna talk about today, and I'm always writing down my stuff so that I won't forget. And I remembered that I told you all that we was going to talk about. It was two things that I told you I was going to talk about. One of them I couldn't actually find it. When I find it, I'm going to talk about it because I am. Y'all know I like to be very detailed. But the other one was how people saying like feelings aren't facts anymore. And we was like, and I said, we're gonna talk about that next week. Well, that was supposed to be last week, but it's this week. We're gonna talk about feelings because feelings are facts. Whoever told you that feelings are not facts, there's a possibility that they are unattached from their feelings, from their emotional side. Feelings in the dictionary, okay? It says an emotional state or reaction, a belief, especially a vague or irrational one. Now, for emotional state or reaction, they use a feeling of joy. And then for a belief, especially a vague or irrational one, he had the feeling that he was being watched. Now, he may or may not have been watched. So that one, it's still a feeling. And that's what I want you all to realize, that feelings matter. You have all kinds of feelings. You got ones that's going to cause you to be excited, to be very sad, to be confused, to be anxious, in a very anticipated state. Or sometimes you got feelings of one thing my husband always say is that when you feel a certain way, sometimes you create these stories in your head and then you believe them and then you react because you believe that, like that's like so sometimes you can have feelings that you conjured up and like created this whole scenario. That doesn't mean that your feelings aren't facts. It just means that that scenario in your head might not be factual. It might just be like, what? Huh? Come again, say what? Like it could be one of those, but don't ever like negate somebody's feelings. Y'all know I always say I don't like nobody to tell me to calm down. I don't like nobody to tell me relax. And I absolutely don't want you to tell me that I'm overreacting. Because for me, this is for me, and it might help you. For me, if you tell me those things in the moment that I'm expressing myself, I instantly feel like, okay, so you're dismissing how I'm feeling in this moment. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. You can say, I apologize for how you feel. I apologize for the way that you perceive it. This is how I perceive it. This is what I meant, or this is how I intended it to be, or these are my intentions. Like it's nothing wrong with letting your intentions be known. Um, and nothing is wrong with that, but something is absolutely wrong with you telling somebody in the midst of how they feel that they're overreact, because it makes them feel like um oh, okay. So you just don't believe, you don't believe me. Take for instance. I don't know if I've said this, and I don't like to talk about it. I don't. And I think I've told y'all this before, but I have expressed, I think, that I have been sexually assaulted several times. But the very first time I was in my single digits, I was a kid, and I was molested by my cousin several times. And I remember approaching his mom, which is my older cousin, about it. And her response was, "Well, Kia, I've heard, things happen, when, I wasn't home, or if I was home, I was probably, in my word or whatever the case may be, so I don't, you know, I like it was the whole time she was talking, I was sitting there like, so I'm not gonna get an apology. Well, you don't really owe me that. Your son do, but how she reacted to it, I definitely am owed an apology, but she's gone on now, going on home to glory. So I won't get an apology for that, but it's all good. But I said that to say that when we had the conversation, I could not believe that me expressing how I felt in that moment just seemed to fall on deaf ears. Like I was a kid, and your son was a kid as well, but he was a teenager at that time. Yeah, he's older than me. He was definitely a teenager. So I mean, I'm not saying that teenagers aren't kids, but you are actually you're not. You're an infant, then you are a toddler, then you are a kid, you are a teenager, you are adolescent, and you're an adult, and you are an elder. That's the way I see it. So yeah, no. Sorry, I sound like I'm getting upset. But I think I just did that because it's like, no, I was trying to make excuse, but no, you're a teenager, you knew exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing every time because you would put your hand over my mouth and you threatened me each time. So I never said anything. That's the only reason why it went on because I was scared. And needless to say, I won't ever let anybody tell me that my feelings aren't facts. No, my feelings are valid, they are factual, because I'm telling you, this is how I feel. Now, if you're telling me that I'm sorry you feel that way, I do not want you to feel that way. Thank you. At the end of the day, always, always, always make sure that people acknowledge your feelings and you acknowledge theirs too. Everybody has feelings, and us as women have a tendency to overlook men feelings. Men have feelings too. I honestly think men have way more feelings than us. They just don't express them, and we do. We the ones that we say it all, and men, they just hold it all in and they bottle it up, and because they think that, well, they not supposed to cry, or they not supposed to, seek therapy and seek help and all of that because it'll mean they weak. No, the most vulnerable man is the most sexiest man on earth. That's my opinion. To be vulnerable is not weak. To be vulnerable is actually being strong because you decided to take down all those walls, to get rid of all of what you think somebody is going to say about you, or what you think somebody's going to think about you because you're being open. No. And you decided, like, I don't even care. That's right. That's right. It took me, I honestly probably should have did this a long time ago, but it took me years to even share that I grew up in the system. I was freaked out sharing that. Oh my gosh. To this day, I mean, it'll just come out my mouth. It'll just flow. If somebody be like, so how you grew up, like I'm always saying, like, see, and this is how this is how I end up on this daggone channel, and our videos be so daggone long because I'm always so detailed. I'm so detailed. But what I was saying was like, dang, and see, that's why I should just go with the flow. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And I told myself, stop apologizing for when it's long because I'm going with the flow. But I'm trying to control the flow so that I'm not on here for a long time. But how authentic am I really being, even to myself? Not just my audience, but to me. And to thine own self be true. In me, I explain everything. And so that's what I was saying. Like, last year was the very first time that I actually shared on social media that it was Foster Care Awareness Month. And I did like a nice little paragraph. I ain't go into the story. I would probably still be writing. But that was my first time actually like saying it to people that follow me. And I'm talking about people that work with me, people that go to school with me, people from around the way, or people that I just met by just being a socialite. And I knew we got really close as I, got a little bit comfortable. Like if I started to trust you, then yeah. Um, but I'm getting a lot more comfortable because I don't care what you think. I don't. Because at the end of the day, I didn't put myself in that place. I didn't. And once I had to understand that I didn't do nothing wrong. And I swear on everything I love, there's not one time, I mean one time that I was moved because of something that I did. And I put that, now I'm not going to say that I was a perfect child, perfect teenager. Come on now. No, I hadn't been on punishment back in the day. I used to live with this lady and I could get on punishment for school or something. And she would lock the phone in the room. I would get me a butter knife, take that phone and get on it. And I would get in trouble every time. Yeah. Like, I mean, I wasn't perfect, but I was not like a child that was unruly or a child that couldn't be tamed or just couldn't be disciplined or nothing like that. It was never like that. So I'm saying all that to say that never, ever, ever be afraid to be open, to show you, to be naked and be naked and unafraid. Be naked and unafraid. And I'm saying, and like I was saying, that I should have done this years ago, but I did not because I wasn't comfortable with where I come from. That's why I don't play with myself no more like that with nobody. Like I won't allow, and a lot of people, and I say this all the time, they really always tell me how much I've changed. Okay, great. Great, great. Because I played with myself for far too long and I can't keep doing that to myself. I owe it to myself to be all of who I am, regardless of what it looks like to you, regardless of what you might think. You can think of anything, you could come up with any story you want to. Guess who don't care? Pick me. Pick me. I don't care. Yeah, I grew up in the system. And what? What you gonna say? Like I'm real live at a point in my life. If y'all seen 8 Mile and Eminem used to go against them dudes, and they always had something to say, which would in turn like he'll lose the battle. But the moment that he won the battle, come on, somebody. If you watched it, I'm telling you, this is a good nugget. The time that he actually won the battle was when he talked about everything that everybody already knew. And then he called out what everybody was hiding. Come on. Come on. So guess what? I can't I'm oh God, I thank you. I'm in a season where I finally feel like I can't lose. Come what may, I can't lose. See, I feel like I'm getting that little preacher voice as my mouth getting dry. And that's now y'all know that's true though. You can tell when the preachers when it's really getting good, when the message getting good, and when the Lord is really using them and they not really in themselves. Now God is really using them because the mouth get real dry and it's getting real heavy and good. So the well is running dry. Fill me up, Lord, till I thirst no more. Ah, y'all know I'm churchy. Um, but no, I mean that. Like I'm in a season where like I can't lose because I'm showing me. I'm telling you who I am. I'm telling you where I come from. I'm telling you all of my flaws. I'm telling you how I got to being comfortable. I'm telling you how I got to embrace where I come from. It took forgiveness, it took therapy, it took thy Christ, thy solid rock I stand. It took God. Um, it took me looking in the mirror. Um, and it actually took me saying, you all right. You all right. You all right. And the more I realize that I'm all right, I think the more I am okay with expressing my feelings. I have a girlfriend who always tell me that, out of all my friends, you are the most expressive one. Like, you say, hey, just want to let you know I was thinking about you. I buy random gifts for people. I uh I'm just a giver. I'm a lover. Um I'm a lot of things. I am. I'm some bad things too. But the core of really who I am is I'm all right. I'm all right. Your hand that was dealt to you was, whoo, could have put me in St. Elizabeth, or could have had me go crazy, you know. It could have had me be bitter, you know. Um, but the more that I realize and recognize that it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to share your feelings. And it's all about having the right people. Okay. And I was by myself for so long that I think that I'd shut off a lot of my emotions. And I think that the more that I started to let people in, and then let the right people in, and then really cling to the ones that never left, I think I started to get to know me more too. Sometimes having relationships with people and not just yourself. This is why having relationship with people is important. I tell y'all this all the time. I don't know how I did it life by myself as long as I did. I don't know how I did it. Oh my God. I don't want to do nothing by myself. Now I go out to eat to a bar, something like that by myself every now and again. But like, I don't want to go to doctor's appointments by myself. I don't want to watch movies by myself. I mean, every now and again I do, but for the most part, I do love companionship because I got life to share it with. For the most part, I do have great sustainable friendships that I can hang out with and have a grand old time. I got some good, great family members that's not even blood that I have been around or can call on and have a ball, have a blast. Shout out to my group. My COVID started off as a COVID group, but we way more than that. Like, y'all have no idea how much support I have. And I feel like I've always had support in different areas. But if people don't know what's going on, how they gonna help you? How? It's not human to keep things bottled in. Feelings is an emotional state or reaction. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to have an emotional state or reaction. Some of y'all, some of y'all is the way. Some of y'all are the way that y'all are, because I gotta make sure I got my grammar right. Some of y'all, the reason you are the way that you are is because you are detached from your emotions. You are disconnected from your emotions. You got to tap back in. You got to tap in. That's your signal. That's your signal. Tap in. The more you tap into your feelings, to yourself, oh my gosh, I guarantee you, the more you know how to tap into others, the more connections you can have with the right people. And then listen, and what I told you before, I think I said this in October, you can compartmentalize those relationships. Once you deal with your feelings, I guarantee you, the relationships that you have with people, you'll be able to know how to deal with. You not only you'll know how to deal with those relationships, you'll know how to deal with the people, period, because you've dealt with yourself. Because listen, you're not about to come at me if you ain't even came at yourself. You're not about to do it. You can't. On the plane, on the flight. This the last nugget. Because feelings is heavy. Feelings is heavy. Feelings is heavy. We might gotta come back. We might gotta stay right here for a little while because feelings are so heavy. Um, that I know that I'm an empath because I've tapped into my feelings. I think that most empaths are the ones that have tapped into their feelings so much so that they it's just automatic. It's like a magnet when it comes to other people. You can tell me something, you can show me something. I might be the most dramatic one in the room, and it's not fake. Ask anybody that's close to me. None of my emotions are fake because I don't like attention. Believe it or not, I really don't. I'm very shy and chill. For real, for real. I just like to chill, laugh. I be really chilling. But you got to understand that feelings is heavy and feelings are real. But this nugget that I was about to say, I forgot. Y'all ain't mad though, cause I've done it before. I do it all the time, and it was good too. It was good too. I probably should have wrote it down. But we're gonna end right here. I've been over 20 minutes, but I just want to let y'all know that tap into your feelings. Don't you dare hide your feelings. Don't you dare allow nobody to tell you that you don't have any, because you do. Your feelings are valid. You are valid. You are important. You are loved. You are special. You are kind. All that good stuff. All that good stuff. Um, Never waver from your feelings. Share. You have to share. You can't bottle it in. The more you share, I guarantee you, the more somebody will care. I mean, that was a bar. I play too much, but every time I rhyme, I do think it's a bar. But all jokes aside, y'all, feelings. Song says nothing more than feelings. Seriously, feelings. Nothing more than feelings. Feelings are important. They are valid. Like emotions. Shoot, the song even says emotions make you cry sometimes. Wikipedia says feelings are subjective, self contained, phenomenal experiences. Phenomenal experiences. Phenomenal. This is what I'm saying. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Cause I'm not doing it no more. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I refuse to do it. And if you know anybody, if it's not you, but you know somebody that's holding in their feelings, um, don't know how to share their feelings, you let them know how important it is, because it'll eat you up and you're gonna walk around bitter. If you don't talk to yourself, talk to somebody else. Okay. Shout out to those that reached out to me about a journal. I sent it the same day you asked. I mean it, right. Do what you got to do. Listen to music. Do what you got to do, but know that feelings aren't no joke. And I got them. And I think that my main issue, the reason why I was who I was for so long, is because I don't even think I don't even really think that I cared to share my feelings for so long, because I don't like pity. I ain't nobody's victim. There were some victimizing things that occurred in my life, but I'm not a walking victim. No, I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm a survivor. I don't even know the words. That was such a long time ago, but y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the in feelings. That's what we talked about today. I shared some things. We're going to go deeper next week. Thursdays. Thank you for cruising with Key. Please share, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you to those that have liked, shared, commented. Thank you for joining, Sissy. I love you. We have reached that 30-minute mark. I love you guys. I really appreciate you so much. I think the count is 57. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for cruising with Key. Have a great week. Enjoy your 4-day weekend. Celebrate Obama. That's the only president we rock with.